You're on Deck with Lucy. This show is all about the 3 T's of New York. The talent, the trends, and the taste.
Are you Lucy?
That I am.
You are on Deck with Lucy.
What's up? This is Michael Kenneth Williams, and you're on Deck with Lucy.
On Deck with Lucy.
Oh, it sounds so good with your accent. Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3. On Deck with Lucy.
Hey guys, you're on Deck with Lucy, a show that focuses on the 3 T's of New York, the talent, the trends, and the tastes. And this episode, we're focusing on the trends. It's always been around. It's not going anywhere, staying around forever. And that is partying in the city. We love to party here, but the thing is, it can be expensive. So, another option is to throw a party in your own home. However, sometimes this can be a little bit challenging because we're kind of limited when it comes to space. So I had this fabulous idea of you guys following me as I try and host a party here in this apartment, and hopefully it goes well. So here we are in my apartment, and I phoned my friend and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to host this party. I have a very cool friend because she seems to be an event planner. Her name's Heather Thompson, and I have to get her title correct. It's Director of Membership and Events at the Park Avenue Amory. That's her, Miss Heather Thompson. Sadly, she couldn't be here today because she's actually hosting a party, but she gave me a few tips that I'm going to share with you before we feature our incredible guest today. Number 1 tip, choose a theme. So I was like, all right, Heather, my theme's gonna be cocktail party. Done, check. Next thing is invites. So your invites have to reflect the style of party that you're doing. So if you're doing a less formal party, you can do an Evite or a Facebook invite. Anything like that is fine. But mine, because it's a cocktail party, I wanted to send out formal invites. So I got them from tinyprints.com. Very affordable. Check them out. Sent them out. But I'm going to tell you a little mistake that I made. And that is I didn't tell people what sort of attire to wear. So make sure you put down cocktail attire and have a head count of how many people are going to come. Invite. Done. Check. And number 3, drink. And then it's going to be food. So I'm not going to take the stress. I'm not going to do it by myself. So I am joined by Superwoman, Miss Mia Rothstein. Did I say it correctly? Okay, good. Because I was practicing that. I call her Superwoman because she has helped me so much when it has come to the food process of this party. I was looking forever to find someone. The viewers have had enough of me talking, so let's get it on to Mia now. So Mia, when you decide to host a party in your own apartment, what is the checklist that you should be going along to make sure that you have everything correct?
Excellent question, Lucy. I guess the first thing you want to think about is the theme of the party, like you said, and what you'd like to have for that party. If you're having a cocktail party, you may want to have some nibbles, some bites, something that will go well with drinks, with whatever drinks you decide to serve for your party. And you also want to think about who's going to be at the party. Are there kids at the party? Will you be serving things that are extra spicy or extra hot? Are there vegetarians at the party? Are there people with food dietary restrictions that you might want to cater towards? That's something that's important. You don't want to serve bacon-wrapped sausages when you have a room full of vegetarians.
Which is not good.
Not good, and no one's going to want to eat the food, and that's not going to be a fun party. The other checklist would be also to check what your time frame is, how much time you have to prepare for your party,
right.
And then decide what your shopping list is going to be, and see if you can perhaps prepare some of the things in advance.
Which brings me on to the number 1 question I think a lot of us will have is, we're all living on a budget here in Manhattan or here in the city. So when it comes to hosting a party, we're going to try and do it to save money. So what should we be investing in when it comes to the food, and what should we be kind of not putting so much money into?
I would say my number 1 thing to invest in would be actually your ingredients.
Right.
If you are serving a dinner party, if you're serving a cocktail party, and even if you're just having snacks to accompany any kind of drinks at your party, I would go for high quality ingredients. That means going to a cheese store, a specific cheese store, a farmer's market, or a local a specialty food store to get your crackers or your bread. If you buy your cheese at a grocery store, you're not really sure how long it's been there, and it's been packed in plastic, and that will affect the flavor.
And that's what I loved, Mia, when we were talking about what we were going to do for the party. And, there's a few, I won't call them food issues, but there's a few things that we need to, I'm a vegetarian, we've got someone who's allergic to gluten. So there's a few things that we need to cater for. But I loved your approach and the fact that everything that you use is, or a lot of it is organic, and it's natural, and it's good quality food. So you're not going to a party being like, you know what, I'm going to eat everything, and I'm going to go home being like, oh my God, what the hell did I just do there? So when it came to talking to me and putting together our menu, which is going to be amazing, how did you decide on the different appetizers?
Another great question.
I'll pay you later.
Well, again, we had a consultation. We talked about the kind of issues, challenges, and other kind of requests that you might have had and your guests might have for the party. And what I like to think about in terms of catering, if it's a party or if it's dinner or if it's any kind of food I'm eating, I like to think about different kinds of tastes. If it's a sweet, a salty, a spicy, so that you have a variety of different flavors, as well as textures. You don't want to have 7 different kinds of chips and dips, because you know what? There's a point where chips and dips become not that interesting to eat. You want to have something hot and something cold, something room temperature, something soft, something crunchy. The variation of appetizers is going to make your food interesting, and it's going to make people want to eat and want to engage with whatever's out for the party.
So what sort of suggestions would you have when it comes to putting the food out so that people can use the space wisely without being congregated in one area?
That's a very big problem in parties, I think, that I've been to, where you have all the food set up in one area and then everybody just goes there and the party becomes centered around one table. Of course, the commonsensical route to take, which hopefully we will take at this party, is to have platters, which might be mixed platters. Instead of having every single thing, 500 different deviled eggs on one platter, you'd have a platter with a mixture of different appetizers, probably 1 or 2 at most. 2 or 3 at most, to kind of make it interesting, and to have the platters around the apartment so that people circulate and nobody is kind of hovering over the food. In a smaller space, you want to be able to set that up so that people do make their way around. And if you have one kind of food here and another one on the other side, that will force people to circulate the room, and that's what you want in a good party.
Sounds good. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that will be what takes place in our party. But we will take a very, very short break, and we're going to come back with the appetizer that Mia's going to teach me how to make. It's great on set here at On Deck with Lucy. We are actually in my kitchen. I was just thinking, you know what? It's so nice having like a whole lighting thing going on in my apartment. Maybe we'll keep it like this. Anyway, we're here in my kitchen. I cleaned it especially for you, Mia. And we're going to be doing some creative stuff right now. So for those people who maybe don't necessarily have the money to afford a caterer, there's ways that they can incorporate this in. So tell us what we're going to do.
We will be making a very simple and very delicious little bite that can be served alongside cocktails and or on its own for a very low-fat, gluten-free, vegetarian bite that I was introduced to by my sister, who enjoys making really healthy appetizers.
Excellent. Well, where do we get started? Because I can't cook, but I know that I should be able to make this, right?
You should.
Okay, so what do we do first?
Well, there's no cooking involved, which is the best part of this recipe. Basically, and it can be adapted in many different ways. So I can give you a few different variations if you don't have the ingredients present, or you live in a place that doesn't have some of the ingredients we have. So I'll just show you what we've got so far. We have some pistachios, which can be bought in their shells if you don't have any that are already open, and you can just open them yourself. Very easy. We have some dates. These are medjool dates. But you can also find dates at any kind of, these are from Iran, actually. Which I know it might be a little contraband, but they're delicious dates. They're very, very fresh and very sweet. They're very soft and very moist, and they make for a very good, this particular snack is going to need to have soft dates. And I'll tell you why in just a second.
I'm looking forward to
All
it.
right. We have honey. Any old honey will do. And we have Greek yogurt. And you can use any brand, of course, of that. And, of course, we've got our lemon, which is going to make everything taste so much better. So the bottom line of this little dish is going to be that we're going to stuff the dates with yogurt, which is going to be flavored with a little honey and a little lemon zest. And then for an extra crunch and color, it will be topped with a little bit of pistachios.
Sounds excited. I love it already. So what's the first thing we need to do? Can I do any of this?
You can. You'll do some of the stuffing since that'll be the most fun part of this. So what we're going to do, which I've already done before to save time, I took some of this yogurt, which is already thick. Greek yogurt just means that it's been strained. So you can use that. You can use sour cream if you prefer, or creme fraiche if you want something a little fancy. Take the yogurt, put it in a bowl. Add a little bit of honey to that to taste, because it's going to be a little sweet because the dates are very sweet, so you can add a little bit of honey.
Right.
And then take a lemon, and if you have something called a microplane, which is a wonderful tool to have in any kitchen, it's a very, very fine grater.
It looks like one of those things that you use on the bottoms of your heels.
You do not put this on your foot. It is not for pedicures. It is for eating.
You could try it.
I don't recommend it. Lucy would like to try it for her pedicure. I don't recommend it. Take your lemon. If you have oranges, you can use an orange zest as well. And what you're going to do is you're just going to do a little grating of the rind. And as you see, it's going to just take away the zest, which is the yellow part. You don't want any of the white because the white is kind of bitter. It's the pith.
Okay. The pith?
The pith. That's what it's called, the pith. And then you're going to put a little of the lemon zest, a little of the honey. You're going to mix it up into this yogurt till it's a very lovely, delicious, creamy yogurt. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is what you're going to help me with.
Yay!
I'm going to give you a little baby cutting board. Okay. And you're going to take one of the dates. I've pre-cut some of them already, and they've luckily been pitted for us, which means that they don't have the pit that is always found in a date. And you will, you could take a knife if you'd like, or your fingers, and you're going to open the date up so it has a little pocket, like this, and you're going to take a little of the yogurt. You're going to put it inside, just like that. And then you are going to take, my bowls are not standing up right. You're going to take a pistachio or two, and you could put it in whole like that, or you could chop it up into a smaller piece, and you can put it on top of your yogurt.
And that's it?
That's it. That's it.
All right.
All right. Begin by taking your date and opening it up, as Lucy is doing so charmingly. Put a little dollop of the yogurt inside, as much as you'd like. As such, and garnish with some green, bright, colorful pistachios. And yes, it's beautiful.
Can I eat it?
You can eat it, please.
All right, ready?
Ready, go. She's chewing, so she cannot hold the mic. It's pretty good. I think from the sounds of her mouth, it seems as though Lucy is enjoying our stuffed date. I'm never going to give you this mic back, by the way.
We'll be back after this break. It is good. It tastes good. That's really nice. You want one too? Even though I love food, the drinking's part of the party is always one of my favorites, and I am joined by a very cool mixologist, Mr. Shane McGowan, who's agreed to help me at the party and also give us a little taster of the cocktails. But first off, let's just start with the bar station. I like being behind the bar. What should every person need at that bar station at a party?
Well, I guess it depends really what you're making. I mean, here we have just your typical Boston shaker, jiggers, strainer, muddler, but it just depends obviously on exactly what you're making. The jiggers aren't necessarily, you don't have to have them unless you're making more complicated cocktails that require you measuring things out exactly. A good thing to do also if you're having a larger party is to pre-batch them anyway. So you might not even need these at all. You might just want to have, your ice bucket and just something to shake it up, make it cold, and your glassware.
You made a good point earlier. We were talking about ways to make this quicker and easy, because if people can't, necessarily get a mixologist or a bartender at the party, what are some tips would you have for people to make sure that they have those drinks or those cocktails ready so when people arrive, that's there ready for them?
I mean, just know your crowd. I guess depends on the time of day that you're doing this. Is the nighttime event, you want doing a lot of cocktails. Basically, we were even thinking of doing an event with larger pitchers where you can actually pre-mix the cocktails. So pretty much all you have to do is shake them up and strain them into a glass. So that way you don't have to worry about mixing things while you're trying to entertain or anything like that. You can just shake it up and pour it and it's ready to go.
That sounds good. And I'm interested. I'm ready to learn about cocktails because I'm just about the wine bottle. But to have cocktails is nice, it's classy, it's chic. But before we go on, Shane, what is this? What is it?
That is a muddler.
A muddler? What does a muddler do?
A muddler muddles. As strange as it sounds. Basically, if you're taking any types of herbs, fruits, and you need to macerate them or get the oils or the juices out of them, that's what the muddler does. So you usually would put those into a glass and you kind of gently, most people make that mistake and they over muddle. It's a really gentle process and you just want to get the basic oils out of it.
So what's the first thing that we do?
Well, the first thing you want to do is take a mixing tin, or glass actually, and you're going to a lot of times people make the mistake of putting ice in first, but as you're mixing the drink, if you already have ice in it, it's going to become diluted. So we just take the glass and you start using your ingredients. So this one in particular uses 1.5 ounces of gin. So I'm going to use a jigger for that. But
I'm going to come up underneath like this.
This is how I always bartend with a mic right there.
Obviously. Yeah.
And then it's going to be 2 ounces of the beet puree, which
Did you make this yourself?
I did, and this one actually has a little bit of serrano pepper in it, which is a little on the spicier side. You can definitely use different peppers. So I'm going to use 2 ounces of that.
And this is healthy for you because it has vegetables in.
Of course, that's the only reason we're drinking it. I actually put the lime juice in there as well already, which you could do it either way. You make the beet puree with or without it. Okay. So it's 1.5 ounces of that, 2 ounces of the beet puree, and then we're going to do 1 ounce of the ginger syrup.
Do we get to muddle it yet?
We do.
Oh, we do?
Actually, the muddling is going to take place in the glass.
Oh, nice.
So you take the mint. You only need like 2 or 3.
And I guess cocktails are pretty once you know what's going in there, and if you've got an recipe that you've been following, I'm not saying it's simple what you do, but what I am saying is that it can be something that's kind of fun to do and practice at parties. Maybe you just do one cocktail that you have out there.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do at parties is keep it simple, because if you start overdoing it, you're going to be making drinks and running out for ingredients that you're running out of the whole time instead of just enjoying the party. So
and that's why you're here, Shane, so I can enjoy the party. You can make the drinks. All right, what's next? Muddling?
With the muddling, as I said, you just really want to bruise the mint. You don't want to a lot of people shred it. You just want to release the oil. If you do it any more than that, it becomes kind of bitter and you'll get that grassy taste, because if you want to get scientific, you're releasing chlorophyll, which gives it that bitter taste. So you don't.
I've heard that that's good for your skin.
Yeah, not good for your drinks though. Okay, so that's just going to be part of the drink once we get it mixing. So we're going to add ice now after we have everything in there.
Got it.
And then you just want to shake it up.
Oh, here's the fun bit. Shake it, shake it, shake it. I don't know why I had the mic at him while he's shaking. Let's hear the sound of the shaker. Was there a technique to do with that?
You want to really get, where you're cracking the ice and get a nice, you want to get it cold. So the harder the better.
So next up.
Now you're going to fill your glass with ice.
I can smell it. It smells good as well.
So and again with muddling, once you start to smell the mint flavor, you're done. So.
Nice. Oh, and this is it?
That's it. It's simple. And then to garnish, we're going to take a little bit of that mint.
It's a pretty color. It's perfect color for the colors that I'm going to be using throughout the party as well.
Exactly why I picked it, obviously.
Obviously coordinated. So do I get to taste it?
It's all yours.
Do you want to hold the mic again? All right. Do I leave? Okay.
Got to work around the line.
That? Ooh.
A little bit of spice.
I like that. That's got a nice kick to it. Oh, I think the guests are going to enjoy it. Good job, Shane. That was awesome. So Heather, we're here. We made it to the finals.
Did. It's the big day.
It is the big day.
big show.
It is the big show. What tips do you have? And there's so much happening behind me. What tips do you have for me to be a good host this evening?
Well,
Let me just shut this to make sure my cat doesn't come out.
that's a good start. Keep the cat in the bedroom. That's important.
So can the host have a drink before the party starts?
The host is required to have a drink before the party starts.
Good, check.
I mean, you're off to a great start. You're greeting your guests at the door. You're taking their coats. You're walking them in. You're introducing them. That's really important in a situation like this. Even though it's a small group, you know that not everybody knows each other. So you want to make sure that everyone gets introduced and feels comfortable walking in so that they're not just taking a canapé and sitting in the corner and talking to the person they came with. So that's a really good start.
Don't worry, guys. You get to see the party in a second.
Relax, have fun, because if people see you running around and being all worked up, they're not going to feel relaxed. So you want to have fun too. You're setting the tone as the hostess by enjoying your own party.
But is there anything from what you've seen already back there that we haven't done that you would maybe advise people to remember when planning a party?
There were a couple of places I think I saw that there weren't napkins next to the tray. You want to make sure everywhere you have a platter, you also have napkins, plates if applicable. The most of your food is one bite, and that's good. I think honestly it looks really good. You've done a fabulous job.
That's why I brought you on the show, Heather, just to say that. No, I'm joking. I actually did try very hard to put this together.
Yeah, you've worked very hard, I know, and it's come out beautifully.
Should we take him in?
Let's do it.
All right. Try and get the naked man as you come on in as well. Are you looking at us? This is not your time to look at us. This is girls talk.
Done.
She's done. It's time for her to. Oh, you know what? Let me get you her drink, and I'm going to take it right now because we're featuring 3 cocktails. This one is our taste.
Thank you.
Tell us how you like it, Heather.
All right.
Drink it up.
Lovely. Well balanced, festive, seasonal, gorgeous.
The taste. You can check it out on the website. All right, I'm done. I need to drink now, so carry on filming the party.